Hey folks, it's Jay again, and I know I normally don't, publish more than one video a day, but I've been reading some things that really annoyed me, and especially here in the UK with the British media, and how they're so obviously pro-Liverpool. It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal, and I just had to say something and record this video and upload it for you guys as a talking point. Okay, a couple of things I've read today, both on Sky Sports, is basically articles from two of their pundits, and I use pundits very lightly. Both fucking douchebags, to be honest with you, ex-Liverpool players, and obviously, very biased. The first one was Jamie Redknapp, and he slammed Suarez for basically betraying the fans and the club and everybody that stood by him, which I don't have a problem with. That's an honest view. The thing that I found a bit ridiculous was he suggested that Suarez basically, with his racism row with Patrice Evra, was the ultimate factor for Kenny Dalglish, to get the sack, which is a bit ridiculous, really. I mean, yeah, okay, that was one of the major issues along during Kenny's tenure as Liverpool manager. They didn't cover themselves with glory with the we support Suarez T-shirts, so that all the players wore during training and warm-ups. But to suggest that he's the reason behind Kenny getting the sack is a bit ridiculous. Jamie Redknapp doesn't mention the fact that Kenny Dalglish spent over £100 million, £100 million on players like Andy Carroll, Jordan Henderson, Stuart Downing, some really crap players. I mean, Andy Carroll was just a ridiculous transfer, to be honest with you. It's the most ridiculous transfer I think I've ever seen in the Premiership for a player of his status and the money he went for. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not saying he's not a talented footballer. He's okay. I don't think he's amazing. I don't think he's ever going to be world class. He has his strengths as a striker, but to ever be considered the most expensive British player in history is ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd, honestly, and I just think that is probably the most compounding, those transfer the most compounding issues, the compounding reasons why Kenny got sacked. I'm sure Liverpool fans won't agree because they love him and they think he's a demigod, alpha male, but that's a separate issue, and I don't really care about that. The second article is from another ex-Liverpool player, Phil Thompson, who actually does the Soccer Saturdays. If you guys live in the UK, I don't know if you see outside of the UK, you probably don't. There's a panel of footballers, excuse me, that pundits and ex-pros that sit in the Sky Sports studio, and they talk about the games live and the talking points. And Phil Thompson's one of these pundits. Now he's saying that why should Suarez leave Liverpool for Arsenal? And it's like he's saying his argument is that Liverpool have got a great chance of getting in the Champions League, whereas Arsenal haven't even qualified, which is technically true. I've said it on several videos. But the point Phil's missing is that Liverpool are nowhere close to getting to the Champions League. Okay, and I said in the previous video, Suarez, a hungry, fit, healthy Suarez, who's got ambition, who's got drive, enthusiasm, has scored a ton of goals for Liverpool and created a ton of assists, was the best player by a mile, absolute mile, the best player, and Liverpool could only manage 7th. So assuming he's going to stay there at Liverpool, and he's going to be unhappy, A, he wants, Liverpool aren't in the Champions League, B, and how's that going to improve the football club? How is an unhappy Suarez? Because that ultimately is going to that kind of mindset is going to transfer itself onto the football pitch. And I said that in the previous video that I've recorded today. So I just don't understand it. If Thompson's talking out his ass, if I'm totally honest, he's clearly so pro Liverpool. It's unbelievable. He's all objection and unbiased reporting just gone out the window with him. which I'm not really surprised, to be honest with you. The pro Liverpool guys are kind of up Liverpool's asses. Well, we'll see. You know, it's difficult because it's so pro Liverpool. It's unbelievable. You know, I seem to remember that when Liverpool were kind of, when they were linked with Walcott in the last window, in the January transfer window, I remember all these fans and ex-professionals at Liverpool saying, yeah, he's the kind of player we need. He's young, he's British, he's quick. You know, he'll contribute, all that. And nobody at the time said, why would Walcott leave for Liverpool? You know, we were ahead of Liverpool in the league at the time. You know, and they were never going to overtake us. So I don't see how that argument works. I've not seen the league, the league season as it finished last season. But I think Liverpool were closer to finishing, were closer to relegation than they were to winning the league. So that tells you everything you need to know. The way I see it is, Suarez is shown ambition by coming to us. We might not be historically as big as Liverpool in terms of trophies and European Cups, but at this moment in time, at this very moment in time, we are bigger than Liverpool Football Club. And the sooner the Scousers admit that, the better for all of us. We are going to be in the Champions League, and to be honest with you, Suarez is banned for the Premier League. He's not banned for Champions League games, so he can fire us straight into the tournament proper. So I don't see any issues with that. The only thing that is concerning is that this is a very time-sensitive offer. There is a registration process with Champions League, and we do have to submit our team. I think it's 25 before a certain date. So you know that is going to work against him, and that's not just for Arsenal. If he wants to move to any other club, if they are interested, which I don't see, there's no other club that's interested in Suarez. If they do want to sign him, it has to be done now. It has to be done in the next week or so, 10 days, because he's going to miss out on every club that's in the Champions League, purely because the registration window closes. So and that's all I wanted to say on this. I will see you again for Thursday's video, and you know, please leave your comments, subscribe to the video, just send it out to your friends, leave some comments, and you know, I'll see you in the next one.